Ford, I thought the email said 60 minutes, not 60 seconds. So, small mistake. Okay, good morning. My name is Peter Kuchinke. I'm a professor in the Department of Ed Policy, Organization and Leadership in the College of Education. And I'd like to talk about workplace learning with you now and at the table later on. Over the past at least 20 years, there's been an explosion in interest in workplace and work-based learning due to a whole number of economic, social, political, and technological reasons. And the point that I want to make here is that the work-based learning in occupational practice, in occupational settings, and particularly in employment settings, is far from a neutral linear technology. It's in fact a multidimensional and complex set of events that play at the socio-political, socio-emotional, socio-cultural levels. And those, at least in workplace settings, are poorly understood in theory and poorly executed in practice for the most part. And I just want to address three areas here. In particular, learning is intimately tied, particularly in employment settings, to questions of power, authority, interest, and influence. Who has access to learning, what is being learned, how things are being learned, and what the aim of learning matters particularly when we talk about outcomes on a number of things. Second, learning takes place in the social context, and much of this has been mentioned already. But I just want to point to the research that points to the tremendous impact of incidental, informational, informal, and ad hoc learning that is far more powerful in many cases than the formal curriculum. And finally, learning, to me at least, is intimately linked to questions of self and identity. Learning is not just the addition of cognitive content, but foremost the construction and reconstruction of the self. We learn to be while we learn to know. In workplace settings, learning can enhance who we are, but it can also decenter us. Learning can increase desired outcomes, but it can also be viewed as a new regime, a pressure for identity formation. And we've seen results of resistance to learning in terms of apathy, in terms of cynicism, and in terms of sabotage and many other undesired outcomes. So in short, I think there's an opportunity here to look at the full range of dynamics at play in learning in order to form a morally and ethically adequate program of research on learning.